today we're going to look at collaborations. Now, I'm going to look at them in the traditional sense, aka two brands working together, or a brand maybe, bringing on a celebrity endorsement, for example. Then I'm going to look at them in other ways as well, just to give any kind of business some ideas on, I guess, what they could be doing to look at how they can collaborate maybe within their place, or collaborate with even a competitor, or maybe come up with some really fun ideas on how they might be able to collaborate actually within their business as well. So yeah, there's loads of really good stuff on today. So I'm really excited about taking you guys through it. As always, if you've got any questions at all, just pop them in the little Q&A button, and I will answer them as we go through. And as always as well, if there's anything you particularly want to cover in any of these sessions over the next few weeks, then let me know. So today what we're going to do, sorry, this is taking a little second to load, guys. There we go. Right, today what we're going to cover is how you can give detail to create impact. We're going to look at how tagging can be absolutely everything. We're going to look at fear of missing out. We're going to look at repurposing content, and we're going to look at so much more than that. So hold on to your hats, guys, because actually there's loads of good stuff we're talking about today. So one of the things that we do is we help you with your content. So in your content calendar, and you go into maybe now, and you'll see here, everything in red are all of the national days. So I've been looking at them this week with a few of my clients actually on, thinking about, right, okay, what have we got coming up ahead? And one of the things that someone said to me was, well, we're, say, a wellbeing business. How can I use, I don't know, National Best Friends Day? And I kind of said, well, of course you can. You can use World Gin Day if you really wanted to. The whole point is it should be something that I guess you can connect with directly, or that your potential customers could connect with. So even if you don't sell gin, for example, if you enjoy a little gin, or indeed a non-alcoholic one or something like that, you just want to do a little cheers on social media, you can use that as a hashtag. The whole point is it is a national conversation. It's something that everybody's talking about at one point in time. So they're all using the conversation. So why not use it together? Why not use it as a way of garnering new followers, getting new engagement, getting some reach? So that is exactly why we've put all these things in here, so that you guys have all of that content at your fingertips. So literally it's all right in the platform now for you, and you can go ahead each week, and as you go in and say schedule content, you can literally schedule in based on these. So yeah, I just wanted to highlight that because it's a really, really good tool, and yeah, it's still pretty new at the moment. So if you ever need any help with it, just click on the little blue button when you go onto the platform. So the reason why we do this is because 79.1% of consumers in the UK spend over an hour on social media a day, and only 19% of you guys have active social media accounts. So what we're trying to do is bridge that gap by giving you as many tools, as much training, and as much support as we can in order to help you guys basically connect better with your customers in social media and ultimately grow your businesses. We help over 25,000 businesses get more out of social media, because we provide everybody with a way to compare your performance with any other business, and comparison is the best. Again, I took a client through this yesterday, and we sat looking at how their content sat against, it wasn't a direct competitor, it was more somebody who I guess is a bigger, more established brand. And actually it really, really helps when we were looking at, well, actually what kind of content, excuse me, what kind of content are they producing? Apologies, guys. What kind of content are they producing? Where are they producing the content? Is it more on Instagram? Is it more on Twitter? Is it more on Facebook? And why? So that then helped us go, actually, if you're targeting the same kind of customers, then ultimately maybe that's where we should be focusing more of our efforts. So it's all about kind of helping you compare, contrast, and get inspiration. We give you all the social media tools that you need to use social media more effectively. So there's loads of training in there as well, access to resources, and we help you schedule, we let you run your ads. So everything is all in the one place. Sorry guys, I've got a bit of a cough at the moment. So I wanted to start with what I would call more of a traditional collaboration. So when we look at collaborations, as I said at the beginning, just in case you missed it, what I mean by collaborations are either a brand that is working with a person, or a brand that's working with another brand usually. Now, In The Style is a really good one, so I'm just going to show you guys it. So In The Style is a big online fashion brand, and one of the things that they do is they help, they use a lot of celebrity endorsements. Now, by celebrities, I literally mean they use people from EastEnders like Jacqueline Jossa, and obviously her other half, I think he was from The Only Way Is Essex, if I'm remembering rightly. Then you've got people like Stacey Solomon here. You've got you've got ladies from The Real Housewives. You've got everyone in there, and they go between using celebrities in all senses of that word, right through to having, I guess, content that is quite relevant to their market, which is lots of things like this, which we'll talk about. But one of the things that they did here, which I really, really liked, and I'll just zoom in so that you can see it a little bit. There we go. Hopefully you can see that. So this is Jacqueline Jossa with her kids and her other half. And basically what you'll see here is they did a competition. So this is a collaboration competition. And I would highly recommend, if you're thinking about collaborating with any business, any brand, or any person, do a competition. It's one of the best ways of getting extra reach, especially if you're working with somebody who really connects with your customers. So here, match with your family this summer, win your favorite pieces for you and your family. So this is the new collection. So they've collaborated with her to do a collection. And it's the idea that, you know, everyone's matching on holiday. It's her family swim collection, and it was launching at a set time via the app. And it's just saying basically, like, they're going into loads of detail about it. Get ready to match your loved ones. We're bringing together all the cutest outfits and swimwear for your partners, for your staycay or your vacay. It gives you all the detail about the fact that it's available in sizes 6 to 28, so XS to XXL for men as well. And then it's to make sure that everything's super cohesive. They've gone into loads and loads of detail, and then basically they're saying tag someone who would love this as a first of all. Now that's not actually to enter the competition. That's basically just a part of it, you know, tagging someone that you think would like it. So basically the competition is to win your favorite. You've got to to win, you've got to 1, like the post, 2, you've got to tag in a friend that you'd like to share it with, and 3, make sure you follow both Jacqueline Jossa and In The Style. And then it was saying that the competition will be announced before Wednesday, so at 7 o'clock. So the reason why this works really, really well is for loads of reasons. So obviously they've used a collaboration that naturally works well for most of their type of customers. It's people that are really into that kind of like celebrity feel, look. They are influenced by celebrity style, and so by doing collaborations with the likes of her, and I mean the little kids are just absolutely adorable, then you immediately are feeling like, you know, that's, you know, you understand their family, you understand the family dynamic. It's really nice, and you kind of see everybody and you get to see all the pieces together. So that's like the little matching dresses with her and her mum, which again is just super, super cute. So I think the idea of doing like a collaboration like that works really well, where you can create a one-off something, a collection. Now, there's no reason why you can do this when you don't do this with a celebrity. So literally, I work with a local bar, and they've started doing collaborations with a local independent brewery. So it's looking at, can they do a one-off? I think one of the things we talked about was doing like for Pride Month, was doing a one-off gin that was Pride inspired. So, you know, like the completely different logo, completely different flavors. So just because you don't have, you know, maybe the money to pay someone like Jacqueline Jossa in order to do it, doesn't mean that you can't do a collaboration. That's my point. And then if you did a collaboration like that, then all you do is do a competition. It's the best and fastest and easiest way to get more reach, more engagement on your posts, and to, I guess, piggyback off the back of both of your following. Whether you've only got 200 followers and the brewery say only had 300, it doesn't matter. Those are extra people that all come together, and people love a competition. So keeping it simple is the best way forward. So doing something like tag, follow, best ways. So make sure if you see something like this, maybe copy it and then think about how you can use it yourself. Always make sure that if you're doing a competition on any of the platforms, that you go in and you have a look at what the competitions are, the competition terms and conditions are when you go in, because actually sometimes these can be a bit different depending on the platform. And we actually have lots of that on the Maybe blog, I think it is. So if you go into the little blue button on Maybe, you type in competitions, we've got loads of blogs on it, and we've got help in terms of like having to run competitions and things for you. But yeah, I just thought it was a really, really nice way of showing how any brand could do a collaboration like this, and it can be inclusive, and it really matches, I guess, you know, like who they're targeting. And as you can see, it has had a lot of engagement. Here we go. Now, going back to the webinar. So you've seen that they obviously focus a lot on celebrities. So we saw Stacey Solomon on there. We saw quite a lot. Now, no one's saying that you, as a brand, I don't know what businesses are on here, feel free to pop it in the Q&A because I'd love to see how I can help. We're not saying that you have to always collaborate. Sometimes you can collaborate by supporting. So here we go. This is part of, I guess, Pride Month, and ASOS are known for being quite out there. If you don't know who ASOS are, please check them out, because I mean, it'd be far too long for me to explain who ASOS is. But basically, absolutely massive online brand, liked by many people, known for quick, fast fashion, but equally known for doing quite a lot of collaborations. They've done collaborations with absolutely massive people. They're huge. But what I really liked was this. So this was something very different. So this is all about being inclusive and working in partnership with something that I guess is meaningful to a lot of people who would be following them as a brand. So here it says, gorgeous girls, boys and theys, love at girly music. So they've tagged them in. Yep, we got the Why Am I Like This singer to start in our Pride Month out and out special. See how she picks performance fit and preps for the DVT Fest, all while exploring her sexuality and making a statement with style. Link in the bio and stories, watch now. So they did this collaboration with the musician. And then they also did it with here, the Safe Space Alliance, which is obviously like almost kind of multiple collaboration, basically. So it's, again, all about providing people with a safe space to be themselves and to celebrate being them. So ASOS obviously saw an opportunity as part of Pride Month, which has obviously been huge. And we're actually doing a huge Pride Month special. I think next week I'm doing it. They saw an opportunity to basically be inclusive, to show that actually they are supportive and they are a collaborative brand, that they are inclusive to everyone, and they wanted to celebrate that. So they found partnerships that would actually work well in order to show that and to take part in Pride Month, but do it authentically. And yeah, don't get me wrong, are they using it to sell some clothes? 110%. Of course they are. That's kind of what they do, right? But the fact that they've done it here with the Safe Space Alliance, I think shows you that they're doing it in a more authentic way. And it's not just oh, it's hashtag Pride Month, buy my stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's much more authentic than that. So here we can have a little look at the video and then we'll talk about it.
Hi ASOS, it's Gali.
So as you can see, what they've literally done is they've sent Girly the package of all lots of clothes that they thought that she would absolutely love. They have got her to do a face to camera, try on everything, talking about it all, showing off her dresses, showing off her favorite stuff. And then when you actually go to the link in the bio, let's have a look and see. So you should have the link in the bio, and then she'll have her own story section. So one of the best ways of garnering any kind of collaboration that you have done, or any kind of, I guess, one-off pieces or anything like that, you would find in their stories. So make sure that if you've got stories, if you do a lot of stories and things like that, you can actually save them at the top. So for Jacqueline Jossa, she had a whole section there that was just Jack Jossa. Stacey Solomon had a whole section there of stories. As for them, they do everything here. And as you can see, they've got a judgment-free zone. It's all about, you know, being an inclusive brand. And then you would go to their link tree, where you can choose to go to any of the areas basically that you would have just seen within their thing. Now, if you don't have Linktree, you're not sure what it is yet, it's a really good tool. It's a really good way, because basically when you go into Instagram, you don't always have, you might have more than one link that you want to send people to. So if you've got a website, you might have multiple websites, you might have different types of products or collections you want people to focus on. So what they've done is Linktree, you can do it yourself. You can just sign up to it online. And they've got a section for their app. They've got a section for the women's wear, section for Summit in the City, section for men's wear. They've got everything in here. You can got the contact us, need help. So basically, they make it as easy as humanly possible for you to shop with them and to find what it is you've seen on their Instagram. So again, any kind of collaboration, or to be honest, this is just a good tool to use anyway. Make sure that you actually make use of things like that to make it, I don't want to have to spend loads of time having to go from your Instagram, because you can't link anything in a post. So unless it's a product and you've got a shop. So I would have to go and find that stuff. Whereas here I can go, great, okay, I want to find, I don't know, Someone in the City, I need some summer inspo, and then that would take me through to their website. So it's just a little hack there. But ultimately, this collaboration is about #Pride Month. It is about doing a collaboration with an alliance that actually works well with their brand. And it is about partnering with somebody, I guess, who's influential within the music scene, but equally in a specific area of the music scene. So it really supports, like, I guess, an element of their demographics. This one couldn't be more different. I'm not going to lie, probably not as exciting in terms of as an actual post, but let's go into the detail of it. So this is Malbon Golf, and they are it's just a really good way of showing how two businesses can work together, because they are used often together. So why wouldn't you do it? So I'll explain it a little bit. So basically, this is Malbon Golf and at Sperry, and it's basically golf style with craftsmanship. So basically from the dock to the first tee, it's a 4-piece footwear collection that is basically designed for, you know, you're walking around the country club with and you are golfing, and yeah, you're looking smart in your awesome shoes. There you go. It's super, super simple. It shows you the collaboration on the box. Here it is. And people absolutely love them. And you can see this is what they do. They normally have like people actually in their store getting pictures done with their brands and with all of the other, like, you know, their own, what's the word? Their own merchandise, if you like. And then what they've done is they've done a collaboration with a well-known golfing, like sort of shoe brand, if you like. So why this would work for any business is for a few reasons. What goes well with your products? So for example, are you, I use this quite a lot, but it's because it's the easiest way of saying it, but are you a nail salon? Well, how often are people getting their nails done? Why are they getting their nails done? Are they just getting them done for that week? But actually, is it because they're going out on a night out? What else who else in your town could you collaborate with on putting together a whole look? So for example, could it be a makeup artist? Could it be someone who sells beauty products? Could it be the local massage place where you do like a pamper evening where you collaborate together as a one-off? Could you create a collection with a local makeup artist? These things can be done. These things do not have to be multi-million-pound marketing tools, but the point is, it is simple. It is really, really simple. So why wouldn't you choose to work together? You can each get more bites of the cherry. It means that you're both working together in a collaborative fashion. It means that you can get what would be the word? I guess you get more reach and engagement by working together than you would do on your own. So why wouldn't you do it? So that was just a really kind of smaller one, I guess, but it shows it's really simple. It just is what it is. And then what I like as well is it's saying dropping tomorrow, Thursday, 6th at 8 a.m. So it's just telling you when it's going to drop so that people know to come in, and then they would have done then a follow-up on their stories and on their Instagram to get you to actually go in and purchase it. So they would put the link. But yeah, why wouldn't you want to work together with a business that naturally complements your own? It's, you know, it just seems like a no-brainer, but sometimes we can't see the wood for the trees. This one, I absolutely love it. Right. So what La Croix do is they like to, what's the word? How do I do it? They repurpose posts created by customers on their own socials to boost their own publicity. So let's have a little look. There you go. So these are the rest of their posts here. This is the water brand. The drinks. So this is them basically showing, this is like a happy couple that just got married and they're clinking their cans together. This is some beautiful lady on a beautiful beach, just absolutely loving life, all very idyllic. And then here, what I love is they've done a few things. So they've done the National Creativity Day. So National Creativity Day is obviously a national day. So why would a brand that ultimately sell drinks want to do anything on National Creativity Day? Well, it goes back to what I said at the beginning when I was talking to one of my clients yesterday. Why wouldn't they? If somebody is producing content on that day and you can fit your product or your business around it, or maybe, I don't know, one of you guys is super creative, or you make coffee and actually you did a really, really lovely design that day. There's no reason why you couldn't use the National Creativity Day. There's nothing wrong with it. So here it says, on National Creativity Day, let your imagination flow. And then they've done this. So basically this design has actually come from here, from PhD Stitchery. So it's another brand basically that have created this really lovely cross-stitch branding for the business. And they have shown it. And they've used the hashtag. It is simple, it is effective. People really like it. People have gotten engaged with it. People have enjoyed it. And they've actually gotten a decent amount of engagement on it. So what I wanted to show you was that actually in terms of collaboration, it can sometimes just be about using user-generated content. So if you actually go into their Instagram itself, you don't have to collaborate in always in the most strict sense of the word. Collaboration can sometimes be actually taking what your customers have shared or what people have tagged you in and then sharing it themselves. So here, these are people who are using it to make a tequila twist. Here we've got some beautiful girls all out enjoying life. We've got a gorgeous lady on a hammock, people enjoying it. So what they do is basically they get tagged in and then they repurpose it and they use it themselves for their products. Why wouldn't you? So basically you're getting endorsement without actually having to use endorsement. So any business can do this. Equally, obviously they will pay for some endorsements as well. Of course they will. But it's just such a good way of having like a really beautiful Instagram that is full of, I guess, customer content that you don't have to worry about. This one I particularly liked as well. Love is in the air and bubbles everywhere. And then it's they've tagged in the lady who clearly tagged them in on that one. Again, and people have loved it. And then look here, you can see, I hear you collab with smaller creators as well. There you go. So they do like to collaborate, but they do also like to use user-generated content as well. So again, just thinking about keeping an eye on this section, keep an eye on your tag section and making sure that you're using that as often as you can. Okay, so away from La Croix, and we're going to go to this. Now, this one is different, so bear with me, right? This is Gymshark collaborating with how I would describe everybody, but not in the traditional sense. So I'm going to show you it and we'll take a little look.
We pranked our store with fake celebrity lookalikes, and people went crazy. Even our staff believed it was real. So many people wanted photos and even chased Ed around the store. Someone even FaceTimed their dad, and one of our staff went live on Instagram. Gordon gave our food a 10 out of 10. Even Kim made an appearance. And finally, a royal visit with some fake paparazzi. We made this lady's day. Gotcha. We pranked our store with fake.
Right. I absolutely love this because do you know why they did that? To publicize that their official sale was launching on the 29th of June. It is brilliant. It is such a good idea. So this was out, what, yeah, like a day ago. And they basically hired a bunch of celebrity lookalikes to go into their store, and they hired fake paparazzi, did the whole thing, and it was to prank. They didn't tell the staff that they were doing it. They didn't tell anyone else that they were doing it. They just went for it, and then of course filmed it on the day. And I think it is hilarious. It's such a good idea because look at everyone's faces. I won't put the voiceover bit. You know, Harry and Meghan. I mean, obviously, once you realize that, you know, Ed Sheeran, Kim Kardashian, and Harry and Meghan are all kind of in the same place around about the same time, you would kind of think, right, okay, that's probably not going to happen. But at the very least, you know, Gordon Ramsay is just the most random one, to be honest, I think, but it is what it is. But I think it is the principle that you can create like a sort of feel of collaboration without actually having to pay like the real people to do it. So I think it's such a good idea. If you are a shopping center, if you are a place, why not do something like this? You can get really good lookalikes for, I'm talking about hundreds of pounds rather than paying thousands of pounds. But if it's something that matches your brand and something that your customers would absolutely love, everyone loves taking a selfie. There's nothing wrong with doing something fun like this because it helps you get good engagement on social media. You would get good coverage. You might get some decent PR coverage out of it. But if nothing else, it will cause a big frenzy on your social media for one day. If you just posted something like, I'll check out who was seen today in the, you know, I don't know, our coffee shop down on X Street. They will come down and they will come and see it. And you might get nice and busy for a little while, but it will do nothing but create some really fun engagement on social media. Or it could be that you say you've got some special guests coming down and you've just got a load of like fake celebrities. But it's honestly, it is just such a good idea because it is silly, it is fun. People absolutely love it. People love taking pictures with, you know, celebrities, whether they're fake or not. You know, it's something that they can all talk about. You're not going to get any kind of negativity really, other than obviously a few disappointed fans, perhaps. You know, you could get them to do a performance. You know, you get lots of, you know, like sort of like bands that do, you know, like the kind of sound alikes and that kind of stuff. So you might be able to do that. But honestly, I just thought it was such a good idea. Why pay the real people when you can do this? Because actually, what Gymshark do best is they actually get their customers, they get brand ambassadors to do everything for them. Here, these are all brand ambassadors. So basically, to be a Gymshark brand ambassador, usually you need to be either, you know, like a PT, an athlete, or you could a lot of the time a like sort of a fitness influencer. But basically, you know, they sign up, they get given a bunch of clothes, and they get to go and do stuff like this and look absolutely incredible in their outfits, and you know, and they shine a light on them and that kind of thing. And don't get me wrong, they do work with bigger brands now, but ultimately, this brand was all, you know, it was started in, you know, by one guy, and it has taken over the world, and it's done through influencing. So who's the biggest influencer? Celebrities. Why not get some fake ones in? I just absolutely loved it. So when you're thinking about basically the next things that are coming up over the next few months, if you've got any events, if you've got any festivals coming up in your local area, could you look at doing a collaboration with a local celebrity, fake or not? Just loved it. Such a good idea. So speaking of, I guess, what is coming up in the next few months, one of the things obviously we've done is we have now got this in fact physically in the platform, but I'll show you it as a spreadsheet itself. So we've pulled together all of the national days, all of the national months and campaigns for you guys all in one place. So when you go on to here, you can look at the coming months and you can look at, are there any national campaigns? We've already looked at National Creativity Day. There might be one that suits you guys better. There might be a really silly one that you could do. There might be something to do with, like, you know, I don't know, a band or celebrities or anything like that that you might be able to do if you think a bit more Gymshark. But let's take a little look at, let's go into August. Because really, if I was you guys, I'd be trying to plan as ahead as possible and getting right into August now, so that like you're planned in and done and you know what you're doing. You can then schedule in all your content, obviously using Maybe. Here we go. It's just going to take a wee second, guys, because it's Zoom. Right. Here we are. So there you go, afternoon tea week. That's something that, funnily enough, I was talking to a client about yesterday. They're going to put on a specific kind of afternoon tea because their focus is on customers with various food intolerances. So they've decided to put on an afternoon tea on hashtag afternoon tea week that are for customers who have certain intolerances, to actually be inclusive, to show actually how their business works. So there's no reason why you couldn't do something like that. Whether you actually sell afternoon tea or sell afternoon tea related products, you could use this hashtag or campaign, or you could collaborate with maybe a local bar or a local restaurant that does afternoon tea, where you do like a little competition or something where you give it away. There's lots of different ways of doing it, but the point is that it is a conversation in itself. There's lots of people all talking about it, so why not jump on it and look at how you could collaborate with somebody on this one. Another one might be, I mean, National Prosecco Day just seems like an absolute no-brainer. Whether you like Prosecco or Prosecco, most people have at some point had some Prosecco. So the National Prosecco Day, again, could be something like, could you just, if you are a business, could you just offer everybody a glass of Prosecco or Prosecco on their way in, and it's the first, I don't know, first 10 people to come through today, put it on social media, get a glass of Prosecco, glass of bubbly, something like that. World Photo Day is a great one, absolutely brilliant one, because not only can you use the content, you can use content to obviously put on there, but you can actually find really good content on National Photo Day. It's a great way if you've got any budding local photographers, or you want to look for really good content, you want to use photography. It's a really good way of putting together some excellent content on there. So great one. And then there's loads of other ones, but essentially my point is that look at all these days, and I've looked at them for a minute and come up with various campaigns that you could do in a heartbeat now, that isn't going to cost you the earth, isn't going to be something that you have to spend tons of time on, but that's the point, is that it's about giving you guys inspiration. So that's obviously what our job is. So to do this, obviously we give you guys all the support that you need. So please, please, please drop into one of the Maybe sessions during the week. So on a Monday, it's how to use Maybe. Tuesday, social media basics. Wednesday is myself. Thursday, ads for beginners. Friday, advanced ads. And then we've got always on demand training. So there's loads of training that we all record on a weekly basis on there, with everything from how to do a reel, right through from how to use hashtags, right through to doing case studies on different types of businesses. And then remember, you can schedule, you can advertise, you can do reporting, and there's just so much that you can do with the platform. So the key takeaways for me for this is involving the full family. So and showing how people unpolished can really create connections. So what I really liked about the Jacqueline Jossa collection was that it was just her taking selfies with her family, and as beautiful and incredible as the family are, it was just nice holiday snaps, it felt like. So whilst they were all dressed up and looking lovely, it did feel a bit more normal. So it felt more, you could connect with it more as an average mum, probably. Being on top of the latest things is a good way to show your cool factor. So again, just thinking about like the Pride Month and the different artists that were all out and about, thinking about how ASOS collaborated with an artist based on a specific month, but it was to show how inclusive they are. It's really, really good. So just make sure that you are on top of the latest trends, on top of what's going on top of the latest hashtags, on top of the months, so that then you can think, oh wow, that would really resonate with my customers, I really want to do something with that. Remember to make the most of your special offers as a fear of missing out. So make sure that you're telling people that they're going to drop at, I don't know, 3 o'clock on Tuesday, or if you're doing a competition, let people know exactly, you know, what the terms and conditions are, when the end date is, or tease people, let them know that you're going to do one, then you do one, and then you do the follow-up afterwards. Use your customer content to inspire other customers as well. So think about LaCroix, think about the taggable stuff, think about the fact that they do use like micro influencers as well. They do use sort of smaller creators, and they work with people, but they also just reshare their taggable content. So make sure that if your content's taggable and you have been mentioned, make sure you reshare it. One of the easiest ways is to actually use a quote or something motivational to make your content taggable on that note. So it's going back to in the beginning, I just kind of alluded a little bit to In the Style and how they use content that is very, you know, it would speak to most of the females that would basically buy from them. So it would be something motivational about, you know, we've got you girl, or fix her crown, that sort of thing. Although it sounds generic, it is the stuff that makes it more taggable. And then just make sure you set up your Maybe account and get started today.